it's releasing a lot for me, and I can almost not live without it anymore.
What's up, everyone? Shakiel Mahjouri here for CBS Sports, and you know who this is. He is the former NXT champion and multi-time champ in the WWE. I don't see a mask anywhere, nor any company, so I think we're safe. I think we're in good hands. Bo Dallas, how's it going, man?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for doing this. And how are you? How were you after bearing the elements last week? I know it was a bit of a challenge for you.
All good, all good.
Good.
Just a little storm. The worst part's getting the power back on, but everybody's safe and everything's good.
All right, I'm happy to hear that. Now, of course, we're doing this today off the heels of the announcement of WWE 2K24's Bray Wyatt edition and the Bray Wyatt bundle. And I think sort of most notably for fans is the realization of the new version of the Fiend mask that Bray had been working on. For you, what's it like to see his creation come to life in a way where fans can not only look at it, but can actually sort of, take part in it?
It's unbelievable. It's what keeps me going. This is why I'm doing this. And my brother, he never stopped. He was on 24/7, always thinking of ideas. And right before his passing, we got the first chance to work together. That for the first time, we'd been waiting our entire careers to kind of throw all these ideas together. So we were getting excited like little kids, like we've never done it before, and just calling each other at 3 in the morning with new ideas and stuff. So in those short months that we were working together, we had so many ideas. And then I thought I lost that chance when he passed. I thought that went away and was taken away from me. But with everything that we're doing and have done, Wyndham is huge, if not the sole idea founder. He's a piece of everything that we're doing. And that's what I'm doing on the Raw stage, and for it to come into the 2K and for people to be able to see what Wyndham's idea was and it to come to life is my full source of drive. It's unbelievable, and it means everything to me, and I know it means everything to him. He's up there watching and loving this, and I'm so appreciative to the WWE for giving me this opportunity and platform to keep my brother's legacy alive. It's just unbelievable.
You mentioned, you're like kids getting so excited about it. What's your earliest memory of Bray when you sort of realized, like, much like you, like this guy thinks out of the box. This guy's brain may not see the world the way that everyone's does.
I think always we were always weird, like the family itself. I mean, we played sports and everybody knew us in town and stuff like that, but we always thought differently than everybody and liked different stuff. When we were from the ages of 1 to 5, we weren't watching cartoons. That we were watching Beetlejuice and Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like as children, like
Hmm.
we just kind of grew up. And it's not like my mom and dad were letting us do this. We just were drawn to it, and I think we always thought like that. His brain works like no others, and but we're so different and similar. So I got to see his character develop from the outside, and that is something. The horror genre, anything weird and stuff. It's what we're both kind of drawn to. So I always got to watch and do that while I was kind of put over in a different category. But that's the stuff that we like. So we'd still talk about ideas. Like I'd give him ideas like, oh, what do you should do this because I can't do that. So the fact that we got the chance to do it together, like it was unbelievable, and it was a dream come true. Just killer.
I love it. Yeah, I just saw Terrifier 3 on opening day, so it's a good time of year to get your horror fix. I think it was a real shame. Obviously, circumstances were different in the WWE at the time that you and Bray were released in April and July of 2021, respectively. Ultimately, we get back here. So the teasers for Bray Wyatt's return started around September 2022. Uncle Howdy was introduced shortly after. When were you informed that Uncle Howdy was something that WWE wanted to present on stage? And when were you informed that you would be the person doing it?
I don't know the exact date because it gets a little sketchy because when me and my brother left, we both knew we were going to come back to wrestling at some point. We just didn't know when. And in that time, we were kind of enjoying. We had both been wrestling almost straight out of me high school and him right out of college. So like it had been our whole life. So during that time, me and him went and filmed a little show, hunting monsters and stuff. We were kind of having
Mm,
fun, but in that we both got it. We started hanging around each other, and that led to us talking about wrestling. That led us to talking about all these ideas. So like I said, we had books and books of different ideas going forward, like for months. And we decided we wanted to come back and work together for the first time. That was our idea, that we were
mm.
wanted to do that. That if we were coming back, we were going to come back as a team. So initially, that was the idea, and then we started talking to the company, and some things happened, and we kind of signed around the same time. But we kind of got word that like maybe they didn't want us to be together, and we had already had a bunch of ideas like to go forward. So I started working on other stuff, and then some stuff happened, and I got the call, don't know when, that essentially all of our ideas that we had previously talked about a month or two prior, or even longer, that's what they wanted to do, and we were getting the chance to work together. So like I don't know when it happened. Kind of got excited and then sad and then overly excited when I got the news like it's actually happening. So I don't know the timeline of it, but that's kind of the bullet points of the ups and downs.
That's the most important part, man. What's what's Bo Dallas the person, the performer? What is your mission statement in portraying Uncle Howdy? Like, what do you want out of this? What do you want the fans to take from this?
I think it needs to play out to give it. I can't just put it into a sentence or a paragraph. I'm drawing off of real emotions and what has
Mm.
happened in my life, um, what I was going through, what I am going through, and keeping my brother's legacy alive. So, like, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. I'm being very cathartic with this
Yeah.
character. It's releasing a lot for me, and I can almost not live without it anymore. So there's directions I know I want it to go and that we all want it to go and where it probably will, but like any other life or character in the real world or in a movie, like it's going to take turns unexpectedly, and because it's drawing off of real emotions and things that happen. If something happens and that has a reaction that's more than I thought, that's where that character is going to go, because that's what he feels. And whenever I'm out there as Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy, I was saying this in another interview, when I put on the Uncle Howdy mask, I had plenty of worries coming back and doing this. Can I do this? Will I be able to do this without my brother? As soon as that music hits and I hear the crowd, like it's unlike anything. I've been wrestling for 16 years. This is a completely different feeling. I am Uncle Howdy when I have that mask on. You won't be able to talk to me. You won't be able to call me Taylor or Bo. I'm Uncle Howdy, and I believe it. So I think that's where the character's gonna. It's got a lot of direction, but it's gonna take some up and downs, and I don't think it can be put into a paragraph or a simple explanation.
Hey, you did as best as I could imagine with the time afforded, so thank you. I appreciate you opening up. Man, the debut that the Wyatt Six has for me is like, I got it without thinking about it, like easily top 10 WWE debuts. Like, just so cinematic, so atmospheric, everything that I love as a horror fan. Do you think that the Wyatt Six has enough of a presence on WWE programming today? Because I love the slow burn nature of it, but you came in with such a kick down the door mentality that I thought it was going to just take over the show.
I do, and it'll get back to there. I mean, it's like I was saying, there's going to be ups and downs, and we're going to come back more explosive than ever, and we'll keep that. the vibe and the feeling that everybody's already seen, and take turns that no one saw coming. So
Nice.
I think the future is very exciting and looks very, very bright for the Wyatt Six.
How often do you think that the Wyatt Six should be wrestling, right? Because it's not just like a workhorse who's going to be in the ring every single week. Like there's a balancing act here, right?
Whenever they need to take someone out, wherever the Wyatt Six deems it necessary, I think we can get it done every day of the week if necessary. But whatever's necessary, I'd say.
Okay, I want to finish on some horror rapid fire. So this will be the last thing about Bray and the Wyatt Six. Um, Now, you cannot have the Wyatt Six. It's baked into the name without honoring the spirit of Bray Wyatt. But as a performer, you and the group, how do you assure, or what is the mindset you carry forward to make sure that the Wyatt Six does also stand on its own and isn't a strict tribute act in the long term?
I think that'll be explained as we go
Right.
forward, and the more you see of this, the more
It
you'll
sounds like there's
see
so much. It sounds like there's so
what.
much coming. You're getting me excited, Bo.
Yeah, well, I think it'll all be explained in time, and you'll see Bray in everything that we do for sure, because that's the source of the ideas. But as it progresses, more ideas and my emotions and the Wyatt Six emotions and everything that they've gone through and I've gone through, that'll all be put out there as well. And the Wyatt Six, I have no fear, no problem saying that we have no worries about standing on our own. And this beginning part is the main tribute to Bray, and it'll all come back around. But like it's all well, everybody in the Wyatt Six is in the Wyatt Six for a reason.
I like that. I'm glad that you are as much of a fan of the supernatural as your brother. So, in the spirit of Halloween, I want to run you through some spooky rapid fire. First, you mentioned Bram Stoker's Dracula. What do you think is the greatest horror character of all time?
Probably Pennywise. I'd say Pennywise. I'm a huge Stephen King fan too. I've read every one of his books, and like just overall scare. Like it's such a great character.
My wife, a couple years ago for Halloween, she was Pennywise and I was Georgie. I still have the little SS Georgie boat sitting on the dash of my car.
Awesome.
If any, what is one supernatural encounter you've had in your life?
Hmm. Well, I don't know how deep I can go in this, but one time I woke up repeating a name, repeating a name, repeating a name, repeating a name. Didn't know
Ugh.
what it was. I don't want to say the name, but I looked it up later and I found out it was a demonic name. And had a friend at the time that his father was a pastor, and like had a conversation with him. And the next time that started happening, I started saying Jesus Christ, because their teeth shatter at the name of. So I did that, and it fled. There was several days leading up to that where I was repeating a name in my head and couldn't stop it. And then as soon as I started doing that, it's like I felt the thickness in the air just subside in my apartment. It was back in the day when I lived
Oh.
in a little single room apartment, and like it was like the air got thinner as soon as I started saying that, like I expelled something.
Bo, I don't know where I stand on my belief of these things. I do have a couple ghost stories of my own that I like to tell. Whether or not it's real, I don't know. But I've never gotten the shivers from someone's ghost story like I just did. So thank you for sharing that. Let's
Awesome.
end on a light note. Ahead of Halloween, what do you think are the Mount Rushmores of Halloween candy? Give me four.
Baby Ruth, Snickers, Reese's. Um, I like paydays. I used to hate them as a kid, but my dad said it was his favorite, so I like kind of trained myself to like them, and now I enjoy them.
You know, it's like beer or wine, acquired taste over time, I guess. Bo, this has been so much fun. Thank you for being so candid. Thank you for sharing so many details. I want to leave you with the last word. So very quickly for me, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Subscribe, tap the bell, thumbs up. Let us know. Actually, I want to know your ghost stories. Hit me with them. We can make a little diary out of these. Check out the Bray Wyatt edition, Bray Wyatt bundle, WWE 2K24, WWE 2K24. Check out that new mask. Let me know what you think. Bo, if there's anything you would like to tell the folks, I'd like to leave you with the last word.
Well, thank you very much for having me, and I really appreciate everything. And keep a lookout, guys. Wyatt Sicks is just getting started.